This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app at tombarnardshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
I got a question for you guys. What happened to national, humor, national story delivery? What happened to that?
I think that's been dead for a little while here now.
It's just terrible. I look at it every day. And it's like, this is not interesting in the least. What happened? It used to be, man, there was always like 2-3 great stories every day. Now it's like, what kind of pumpkin did you carve at Thanksgiving? It's like, no, that's Halloween. But other than that, what is that? What happened? People just have no sense of humor anymore?
Yeah, I think that the goalposts have kind of, at least for like the general public, has moved on what's funny. Like you can't necessarily poke too much fun at one type of person or maybe one joke. Well, now that's inappropriate because, 300 years ago, my great-great-grandfather got in trouble with somebody or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
I think the goalposts kind of moved, and now people just are more focused on giving you those stories that are going to make you angry because that's what gets people locked in rather than making them laugh.
So cause more anger. We don't have enough anger. You need to cause more anger. That's their goal?
Yeah, because it's like hitting that slot machine, and it gets people fired up, and they keep coming back for more.
Why would you waste one moment hating anybody? There are people I don't like, but I don't hate anybody. I wouldn't waste my energy on hating someone.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't. I had a coworker that was like, oh, you hate me. And I was like, actually, no, I just come here to do a job, and when I'm done,
exactly,
you're the last thing I'm thinking about.
And I think there's a difference between I hate working with somebody rather than I hate them personally.
Yeah,
there's a difference there.
Because some people are just also great people, but have a terrible work ethic. So if you have to do a dual thing and it's like a 2-person job, you end up doing 80% of it, and so you're overworking yourself. And it's like, let's grab a beer, but I never want to have to do this task with you ever again.
Yeah.
That's exact. Well, I was looked at the advertiser sheet today. I hate all these people, but I don't ever tell them that. Bilski and those, Michael Bryant. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you waste all that energy on hating so much to the point you want to destroy them? Relax there, Hitler. Ooh, I got to use Hitler against somebody. That's good. Hitler. And that's the other thing. Please watch what you're saying. Well, but you can call somebody Hitler and the fascist and a psychopath. That's okay, but pay attention to everybody else's feelings. It's like they're still human beings, whether you like them or not. They're a human being, you stupid bastard.
Yeah, as long as you're on the right side, you can say whatever you want. Depending on who you talk to, the right side may change from one side to the other, but as long as you're on the right side, you can say whatever you want.
And there's another balance. I can't stand watching either Fox or CNN. They're just too extreme. It's like, could you move toward the middle a little bit so I get all the real news instead of your version of all the news?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and if something dramatic happens, by all means, play it up if it's the biggest deal in the history of the world. But when some very minor thing happens, I go, this could be the end of democracy.
My favorite one.
Calm down.
One of my favorites, and I'm going to pick on Fox here for a second, but it was during, I think, Obama's second term. He wore a tan suit to a White House briefing.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw that picture. And
you would have thought he slaughtered a I don't know, a baby cow in front of these people. I thought the world was going to end. Oh, it's not presidential. What does this say? This shows weakness to other countries. It is a suit. Damn it. Let's relax. The man has a little bit of sense of fashion. Yep. Let's relax.
Or that's I was watching CNN once and Don Lemon was on there and he does this huge it was during COVID and he does this huge monologue into the camera about Donald Trump and starts crying in the middle of it. And I was like, oh, let's just tone it back 5 notches. Calm down.
It's all for ratings, and they did the exact opposite effect. They drove all their viewers away on both Fox and on CNN and the other ones, MSNBC. Honest to God, they have no listeners left.
I couldn't even name you anybody that's on an MSNBC show.
Well, how about that one woman's making $30 million a year with Rachel Maddow? Well, she cut back though. She's only making $25 million a year now. To do what?
How nice. How charitable of her.
I did hear a guy, I can't remember the guy's, I think his name is Joe Concha. He appears on some of the national news. I think he's on Fox and other stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
But he had a new description of what DEI stands for, and it was pretty interesting. It was actually pretty funny because that now, you see what Walmart did. Walmart said, no more DEI. We're cutting way back on that stuff. It just does not work. It excludes too many people. This store is for everyone, not just you. So that's good news. I like that.
Yeah. Walmart's got some other issues I feel like they need to iron out as well. Just the overall cleanliness of your store. The ratchetness that happens at a Walmart. Yeah.
Do they still have 24-hour Walmarts?
I don't know.
I know they did like when I was in high school and even in college, but I feel like they don't have that anymore. Like we used to be a society. We used to be a country. 24-hour Walmarts, drive-thrus used to be 24 hours. It could be 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning. You can go get a Taco Bell chalupa. No, everything closes now.
No 24-hour Walmarts anymore.
Unbelievable.
None at all.
Nope. As of June 2021, they capped it at 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
I got to tell you, man, I love telling this story because I laughed my ass off when this woman, and she was serious as hell. My wife called me and said, we need some that water, salt water, the salt you put in your water.
Water softener salt.
Water softener salt. Yeah, there you go. Said, Tom, would you pick up some water softener salt on your way home? I said, yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm about 2 blocks from a Walmart up in Brooklyn Park. So I go in there, and there's a young black woman in there. And I walked up and I said, could you tell me where the water softener salt is? And she looked at me and said, why don't you go shopping at Dinah with all the other white people? I'm like, what? I came in to buy something at your store and you're telling me that I'm a racist asshole? Okay, well, that's good. You know what I said to her? I said, you're lucky you're not a guy. I'm just telling you, because I ain't slugging any women. I didn't say that part, but that's what I implied. What an asshole.
And like people don't want to claim Walmart. Like this, all this.
That's the other argument.
Claim, it was Target. That's a nicer store than Walmart. Come on.
Oh God, yeah, Target's very, very nice. Target's having some problems though, from what I understand, which is unfortunate. I was like going to Target. Did they get 2 DEI on us too? What does that stand for again? Distinguished excellence in your anus, or what is it?
Yeah, I think it's something about inclusion. I think it's a lot like the
equity
NFL.
and inclusion.
You have to interview a black person if you're going to hire a white.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's what it stands for. Okay, and then what did Joe Concha say it stood for? he changed the DEI. I think it's CONCHA is how you. I think that's who it was that said that, but I don't know. I don't watch the national news much. I tried again this morning to watch the national news. I last about 5 minutes per channel because it's all about aiming at a particular target to make money. It's not about informing you of anything. They got a target and they aim at that, and that's how they want to make a lot of money because they used to. They don't anymore, but they used to. But in any case, I suppose we probably better take a break, get some lame ass like, well, wait a minute. Is Phil going to be on today?
No, did I not change that on the sheet?
Do you ever do your job? Ever? Has there ever been one day?
Oh my God, wait.
You sent yesterday's?
I think I sent the wrong one.
Oh, Jesus. No wonder I'm leaving. No wonder I'm quitting
cancel
the show.
today's show.
Oh my God, I'm actually so sorry.
Oh God, it's just okay. Let me just sit here and wait. Well, you said, could you do me a favor?
Maybe
before you send it, would you hold it up so I can see it on screen so I know which commercial?
Wait, no, that is correct. That is correct.
It says Tuesday, November 26th, but it says Phil Mackey.
Yes, I just forgot to change that to Judd because I just reuse the same one every day, and I forgot to change it from yesterday.
Is there anybody that's supposed to be? Well, we're trying to get a comedian on. I know at 8 or at 9 o'clock, right?
It'll be Josh
8:50,
9, and then 8:45.
8:45
will probably be either Lammers or Ryman.
Yeah. So as of right now, the only thing incorrect is the Phil Mackey should be changed to Judd Zulgad.
No, there are 2 things incorrect. That and the fact that I let you come in the door in the first place.
Yeah, earlier when you were
huge mistake.
Earlier when we were talking about those coworkers that you're like, nice guy, but just sucks.
Who knew I was talking about myself?
Okay, so K&L and MyPillow are real.
Yes, those are real.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. That was it.
Show.
Why is it that I'm quitting this show? Why would I ever do that? Jesus, Palomino. We'll be right back. I'm thinking we'll be right back, but maybe now there's a possibility AJ thinks the show ends at 8:15.
What all these buttons do, Tom? I don't know what I'm doing over here.
What's this button for? God. Why me? What a life I've had.
Terrific.
All right, we'll be right back. K&L Surplus and Ammo is your one-stop shop for all of things firearms related. They're located on Lake Drive in Circle Pines. Been there several times. Great place. Jim, the owner, also great guy. And I keep telling everybody, and it's true, I don't say those things unless I mean it. I'm not one of those ass-kissing people. Jim is a good guy. Jim's the owner, has over 25 years of experience, offers honest value and great prices with free shipping. K&L has some great Black Friday specials this week. 10% off firearms and ammo and a free soft case with purchase of select shotgun models. K&L is also holding a raffle for a Tikka rifle. They had to spell that out because some people, what do they think it was, Tikka? It's Tikka. Pay attention. It's a rifle. $20 per ticket, by the way. All proceeds going to the North Suburban chapter of the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, baby. If you're looking for a firearm and need to stock up on some ammunition, go to K&L Surplus and Ammo on Lake Drive in Circle Pines or online at www.klgunstore.com.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
If you've never been in an auto accident, it's hard to know what to expect from the insurance adjuster. Here are some tips. 1, if they talk to you about whether or not you should hire a lawyer, it's a good sign that you probably should. 2, it's illegal for them to give you any legal advice. They aren't lawyers and they aren't licensed to practice law. 3, if they tell you that everyone involved in the accident is at fault, they're wrong. This comes from the belief that you're at fault for just being on the road. That's nonsense and not supported by any law. Finally, remember that friendly adjusters are often just gaining information. They want you to do most of the talking. I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant. I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you talk to us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
My Pillow is happy to announce their Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Actually, AJ sent me a copy that said that, hey, Merry Christmas and Happy Easter. Yeah, good. Way to go, AJ, you pill. My Pillow is glad to announce their Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They will not last long, so get them while you can. The famous My Slippers that haven't been on sale for over a year. Regular price of $119.98 are now only $59.98. The six-pack towel sets, six-piece, six-pack, whatever you want to call it. Towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. From bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. Go to MyPillow.com, call 800-516-5146. Be sure to use promo code TOM to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or the six-piece towel sets for just $29.98, but that's not all. They're extending their 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025, plus all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. Go to MyPillow.com or call 800-516-5146 today, and please do use promo code TOM.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, he's not wearing a hat today. What the hell? That's the first time in history.
No, not wearing a hat today. Not wearing a hat today.
What's that all
mix
about?
It up. Keep you off balance.
You've never come on without a hat on. This is the first time ever in 2 years.
Wow, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Now, if I know Judd's habits correctly from working with him for a while now, that means he's showered already today. Am I correct?
hey.
There you
good,
go.
AJ. Very
I
good.
like that.
Yep. I did.
Okay.
AJ nailed it.
Let's go around the circle. Who's the one person of the four that didn't shower yet today? Look who's wearing a hat.
Yep.
That would be me.
Yep, that would be the thing.
So you're right. I wear a hat because I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. and showering. That's just not going to happen. No way.
No.
Matter of fact, I haven't showered now, I think, in about 38, 39 years, something like that. I've got this slimy stuff on my shins. I don't know what it could be, but, you know.
Not sick. I think my maximum is like 2 days sometimes. I'll be like, I really should take a shower.
Well, yeah, you don't even want to be around yourself. If
Oh
you don't
God,
hose
exactly.
off.
That's exactly right.
Some people got really bad body odor anyway, even if they do shower. That's just the way it is, I guess.
That's why I like staying home a lot.
Let's use some of that lava. Instead of using like gentle soap, use lava to shower. That'd be good.
Just burn out.
They still sell lava
Rub that
soap?
skin.
Do they? Do they still sell
I don't
lava
think they
soap?
do. I don't think
they don't?
I don't. I haven't seen it in years. Like now that you mention it, I'd forgotten about lava soap.
Lava soap?
Yeah,
Lava soap?
there was.
Oh, no, you can go $4.97 on Amazon. Some lava hand soap, bar
There
soap.
you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Get it at Walmart.
I hadn't thought about it in years.
Walmart.
It's like stuff you don't think. Like it's like pop, right? Like there was a pop when I was a kid. Rondo. Remember Rondo?
Sure. Oh yeah.
A little bit of a kick there.
I remember. You're absolutely right about that. Well, there were products. I mean, we did it on the queue one time in the morning. There are all these products that had to change their name.
Yeah.
Some of these products, like back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, had just horribly offensive names for their product. There's a list of them somewhere. I don't know where the hell the list is anymore.
I'm not entirely surprised by that because I think I know what you're talking about with some of them. Yeah.
I'm looking at a can of Rondo right now. This looks like the most beer branded.
That's what I said. Had some kick. Age.
And Judd, this may have changed, but in 2023, Rondo returned for sale in the U.S. market, so you can go to a store and get some.
Okay, if that's true, I haven't seen it.
Rondo.
And I do some shopping sometimes. I like to go grocery shopping myself.
I do too.
Alone.
That's hilarious because I go grocery shopping by myself, and I love to do it. Why is that?
I think it's almost peaceful, but I like to go alone.
Me too.
I don't like to go because if I go with Dawn, she compares and shops, and then she stops at everything and looks at it twice, and I'm like, just put it in the cart. Let's move on.
Let's see, is it Pepsi or Coke this week? I don't know which way to lean.
I also like to find, if I can, grocery stores with good music. The Rainbow in the West End, which is now a club, but when it was a Rainbow, when it first opened, great music.
Indeed. It's absolutely true. No question about it. Okay, I have to ask you one question before we move on and talk about sports, even though there are no sports to talk about. No, I forgot what I was going to ask you. What the hell was it? Oh, I am a person, and I don't know why this is, but I like full sugar Coke, but diet Pepsi. Why would I do that?
Oh my God. This might take the entire segment to break this down.
Really?
That's a deep. I've never heard that before. I don't. Well,
yeah.
I will say there is a difference just from a starting point, and I haven't been a sugar pop guy in years.
Right.
To think I used to drink Mountain Dew as a kid with sugar in it is one of the grossest things of all time, and I don't know how I did it, but anyway, or why I did it. But I will say, just to start us off, there is a marked difference between Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi.
Oh God, yes.
So it's not now. What's funny is I actually enjoy Diet Coke with food, but if I'm just gonna have a pop, I'll take Diet Pepsi. But why? But on the full sugar Coke, like, what do you like? I haven't had one in so long. What's just the taste is altered enough?
Yeah, the taste is terrific. Plus the fact you can get it in very small bottles too. I don't think Pepsi does that. They like the 8-ounce bottle or whatever that thing is.
Yep.
And by the way, wild cherry Diet Pepsi even better.
Let's go.
Really good. As long as we're talking about beverages, I must admit, and I won't say what the beverage is because there's no reason to besmirch them. But, I'm trying to stay away from a little caffeine these days. My wife might have suggested it. Tom, why don't you calm down a little bit? Let's dial her back.
This is not the first time since I started to appear on this show that she has suggested that, by the way, because you talked about this like a year ago too.
Oh God, yes. But there are a couple of problems because I went with I won't say what the name of the product is, but they're fruit-flavored beverages. And my favorite is grape. It's really good. It's grape. It's wonderful. My God, Catherine was right the whole time, It's got only 10 calories in it. It's just fantastic. It doesn't have any caffeine. Oh, wait a minute. It's got 200 milligrams of caffeine in it. 200 milligrams. That's a lot, isn't it?
Wow.
It's like, what?
So just go back to coffee.
Yeah, I'll say that's right on par with a lot of energy drinks.
I didn't even know it.
You're bouncing off the walls.
What are you looking at, kid?
Yeah, I cut down on my caffeine, all right.
It's true. I'm like, my God, I didn't have any idea that was true. But I am the kind of guy, too, when I sleep, I go to bed, I take some of that, what's called Relaxium, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. I used to take THC, but THC gave me nightmares. I didn't like that.
No.
You guys ever tried THC to sleep? It does. It gives me, no, it wouldn't do that for everybody, obviously, but it gives me nightmares. So I just do like Relaxium or.
Yeah, that's not a good option.
Sleep stuff, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. But, it's just one of those deals. But the only problem with that is when I take that stuff, when I get up in the morning, I have to down a 5-hour energy or I can't wake up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the problem there.
Now, can you have caffeine late in the day or at night and sleep? Because I can.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Like, I can have a Diet Pepsi on my nightstand.
Catherine has pointed out before, you just had some caffeine this hour, didn't you? I said, how did you know? She goes, because when you say goodnight to me and you don't have caffeine, you go, good night, honey. And when you do have caffeine, you look at me and go, what the hell are you looking at? Get a little jacked up. Oh, well, we learn. We live and learn, don't we?
Sounds to me like, you know what? It sounds to me like as long as you can sleep after caffeine.
Yep.
I mean, you just gave 2 examples of different ways to say good night.
Good night, honey. What the hell are you looking at?
What the hell are you looking at? Well, she probably says the same thing back to you. So, I mean, it makes a great marriage work.
I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. You guys know who it is, and he has a very pretty wife. His wife is very, very attractive, pretty. And he was talking about this, that, or the other thing. And I said, that's the one thing that you and I really have in common. We both have beautiful wives who run our lives. Because the prettier a woman is, I think the more a guy caves in. Do you think?
That's an interesting one. Yeah, probably.
I think, just the more that a guy is into a woman, period, the easier it is for them to cave into whatever demands are being made.
Yeah.
Plus, I think now that I've gone from 6'1" to 5'11", and Catherine and I are the same height, she takes advantage of that, too.
Catherine just walks in the room and a shadow is cast.
Exactly. That's exactly right. It's not fair, is all I have to say. How do women maintain that slender figure? I mean, women are rail thin. How the hell do they keep that?
Well, that's some guys, too. That's
that's true.
Metabolism, body types.
Yeah.
There are some guys that are, I mean, the majority of guys that you see, for instance, in their 50s and 60s start to put on some weight just because of age and stuff. But I mean, you occasionally will see these dudes that are like 50, 60 years old, and they're still like rail thin. And it's like, that's just not fair. That's just a bunch of crap right there.
It's not fair at all. You guys ever follow your history? Like, my grandfather had both couple of pricks, both of them. Not
too much caffeine.
Yeah, maybe
too much caffeine. That's what I've heard.
I think it might have been too much alcohol. I'm not sure. But
well, the combination.
But one of my grandfathers, he had this deal going. He had the lateral S. Somebody says, Jesus Christ. It was that kind of deal. He calls me one time and he says to me, and I quote, Tom, get over here. The FBI's are coming through the window. And I'm like, Grandpa, I'm pretty sure that no FBI agents are crawling through your window when you have a front door. I'm almost positive about that. But you look back at your history. You guys must have things in your life you went, why did that have to happen to me? Yeah, you must have in your family, don't you?
Oh, as far as that goes? Yeah. Although I know some stuff. I haven't dug too much. I don't know. I want to know a lot of things.
That's very, very true.
Like, how much are you going to find out where you're like, oh, that's such a pleasant surprise. My gosh, my, great grandfather was president of this. It's ordinarily like, okay, I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, unless there's some hidden money back there.
Never found that. I've never found any hidden money. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Tevin, here's $1 million that was hidden money, and now that you found it, it's all yours.
Yeah, you had a mysteriously rich uncle that left you millions of dollars when he died. Yeah.
And the thing that really scares me is this new, genealogy stuff where you can find out all about your. But then it turns out like that they can take the information and like archive it in the DNA samples, and so you get arrested for something your great uncle did, or it's just all it's all a mess. I'd prefer just to look forward, not backwards.
I would, because of my personal experience, because I don't even, one of my brothers, it might have been Troy, my brother Troy, talked me into it. Let's look back several generations in our family. We looked at my father's side and only had to go back, I think, 3 or 4 generations to find out that my family was deported. They were kicked out of England and came to America.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Do you really need to know that?
No, I did not need to know that. But, gee, where did my personality come from, do you think?
Hey, you got screwed.
Like, get the Barnards out of here. Make sure you take Tom with you.
Yeah.
I once had a guy tell me, he said, you know how many generations it must have gone back that in your family, all you ever say is, what are you looking at? It's like, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
What are you looking at?
We got any sports to talk about that I should be watching?
Well, we got one big game last night at the X. The Wild played the Jets, which was actually the 2 best teams in the National Hockey League going into that game. The Wild took a 1-0 lead in, then they lost 4-1. But it was actually for 2 periods. I was there. For 2 periods, it was a great game. In the third period, the Jets had a 2-1 lead, and they came out and just basically played defense, and the Wild had 5 shots on goal. So that period was not great. 5 shots on goal. But here's the thing. Jesus. They had like 39 shots before that in the first 2 periods, and the Jets goaltender stood on his ever-loving head. It was fantastic.
God. Do yourself a favor before too much time passes. You ever sat next to Louis Nanny watching a hockey game in Minnesota?
I know Louis as we both do, and I have never sat by him. But if it's a team he cares about, I would prefer not to sit by him.
Biggest advertiser, a woman sitting between Louis and me at a hockey game. This is back with the North Stars, back in those days.
Sure.
And I could see Louis, like, he's doing this with his eyes. So he's looking at her and he's watching the game. And he's watching and doing that whole deal. And shot hits the pipe. Louis yells the F-bomb.
Oh, of course. Of course he did. Now was he still the GM at that time?
Oh, yeah.
Or the president by then? Oh, okay.
Well, no, he might have been the president by then. I don't know, GM or president. That
he was
not
so
certain.
Invested, though. I mean, he's invested in this team, and he's never run it.
Yep. He absolutely is. But his whole family, I love everybody, and his whole damn family is wonderful people.
Oh, yeah.
And the women are far too good for the men. Let me just point that out, too.
That's a common theme, though.
Yeah. Martere Lettieri is his son-in-law.
Yeah, well, Tino. Tino's an all-timer.
Tino's the greatest. You ever had him cook anything for you?
No, but I remember when his place, the pizza shop, right?
Yep.
In Minnetonka by the high school was open, and everybody went there.
Yeah, no, it's a Red Savoy.
And what a goaltender, too, for the kicks, man.
Absolutely.
He was that. You know what? That's back when we knew our soccer players.
That's true, too.
I could name you like a couple of guys on this current team, but they come and they go. A lot of these guys came over, played for the Kicks, and stayed here. Alan Willie was on that team.
Oh, yeah.
Ace Netzelinge, Ricardo Alonso, right? Tino Lettieri. I remember that team, and they all stuck around, it felt like.
Yeah. A lot of them stayed living here. You're absolutely right, they did. A couple of them got thrown out of the state, but, that's a different story.
Well, I mean, that tends to happen sometimes.
Yeah, things happen.
I mean, your family got thrown out of an entire country.
Off an entire Eastern Hemisphere.
Yes, deported.
When you go back, do they like flag your passport and be like, "Hey, Tom, we already told you once your family's not allowed."
Yeah, we took care of this. we took care of the Barnards.
Well, that might be a problem because Catherine and I are going to England in July, so I wonder if they're going to let me in.
Yeah, take back what's yours. That's what I say.
What, a bunch of debt? That's probably
Yeah,
all
good
that's
point.
there.
Good point. Okay, I'll write this check out. Yeah, that's a great point. Never mind.
All right, Pally, we will talk to you next week because no shows tomorrow, but that's cool.
All right. Have a great one, guys.
All right, have a magnificent, happy Thanksgiving
You
to
too.
you, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Awesome.
A week from today.
All right, take care, guys.
Thanks a lot, pal. Judd Zulgad, ladies and gentlemen. Although it says on the sheet, SKOR North Phil Mackey, but I'll say it was SKOR North Judd Zulgad, you know.
I'll see myself out. I'm sorry.
And then next, it says I'm supposed to do a Welsher ad here. And then after that, KSTP's Kris Kringle. What's that all about?
It's beginning to look like
everywhere I go. All right, we will be right back right after this. Chris Eggert will join us right after this. It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I do highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care-focused facility that has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building, and that would be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months private pay. I do know them personally. 2 generations of them I know personally. And they are a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain and ship issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? You know, inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HT pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face.
Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Yes, it is. Very professionally done. You want to finish your lunch before we put you on?
No.
You're chowing down. What are you eating?
A commercial break. Am I not entitled to?
I'm just saying. I just say it. What is it?
A little breakfast bar.
What is it?
It's like Shelly from the commissary made it. It's like Chex Mix and like some marshmallows, some peanuts, some little it's kind of fall-y. It's a little pumpkin flavor. It's quite good.
Ooh, you got your Ugg boots on, a little pumpkin spice action going on.
Look
yeah.
at, and now he's chowing down. Oh, look at that. Oh, Gary,
here's
what's going on.
I do have slippers on, Tevin.
Oh,
see, I knew it.
Look at that. You kicking it in early? Is that the plan?
He's trying to swallow it and
let me ask Tevin and AJ. Let me ask you questions until he's done chowing down there.
Well, hold on, Tom. I also have to finish my breakfast that's around here.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
We're taking Common Man's bit by eating our lunch on the air right now.
Yeah, Common Man does that, doesn't he?
Yeah, work through your lunch break.
You ever played golf with Common Man?
Nope.
Great guy. Really, really. Well, again, Meat Sauce and I've known Meat Sauce since 16 years old. You know, we play golf and stuff. Johnny Randall, Meat Sauce, Common Man, and me. So it's basically 4 massive egos just walking around a golf course.
That'd be fun. I'd like to observe that. That'd be pretty funny. A pretty funny group.
Actually, it is really great. Everybody's very laid back and funny. A lot of laughing going on, mostly at my swing. But other than that,
is John Randall good at golf? Because I just imagine him in like full eye black war paint, swinging a golf club and like snapping it over his knee if it shanks off to the right.
Have you ever met John Randall in person?
Yes.
Okay. What would you do? Would you be nice to John after standing next to him?
100%. I remember he used to do football camps when he played for the Vikings. And I remember little 8-year-old Tevin standing next to John Randall. I came up to like mid-thigh, and his calves were bigger than my entire body. I was like, this is the biggest human being I've ever seen in my life.
Nicest guy you'd ever want to meet, though. Johnny Randall is a great guy. A lot of, but he's almost shoulder to shoulder with my favorite. Who is my favorite Viking of all time? Do you know?
Chris Lewinsky.
What a name drop. I'm gonna go with Tommy Kramer.
Tommy Kramer's one of them, and so is Johnny Randall. No
and
question.
Then I'm going to say George Foreman.
Chuck Foreman.
George
Foreman was a boxer.
Boxer and the
little guy. Gary.
But you're right.
The little guy, yeah.
You're right. Chuck Foreman. Studwell's another one. I love Scott Studwell. Another guy I wouldn't want to piss off, though. I didn't even realize this. I like a lot of Vikings. That's not like me. To like a lot of people. But no, you're right. Chuck Foreman is one hell of a great guy. Just a great guy. But everybody else you mentioned, too.
Oh, and Philip Wise. I got to throw his name out.
Philly Dog. I just talked to Philly. He's talking about moving back to Minneapolis.
Really? Terrific.
Yep. I love Philly, except for when we used to run over on Theodore Worth Parkway, and he used to run backwards because I couldn't run fast enough. Thanks a lot there, Philip, making me look bad. But other than that,
got to keep you in your place, right?
Channel 5's Chris Eggert is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. So, Chowski, what's going on?
A couple days ago, Sunday, a teenage girl was working at the Fleet Farm out in Carver, right off at 212 there, and some psychopath stabbed her.
What?
Like, cut her.
Stabbed her?
Yeah, it's a freaking Fleet Farm. Pardon my language.
That frickin', it's very offensive.
Fired up today.
I've said a lot more offensive things than that. Yeah, some 31-year-old from Kansas stabbed the gal who was working at the Fleet Farm.
Why did he stab her?
I don't know, but I'm guessing it's because he's not completely there.
So he's a radio guy? He's not even arguing.
I'm saying you're not wrong. Yeah, so that happened. I guess she's going to be okay, but still very concerning, obviously. And in Carver of all places, if you've ever been to Carver, like it's a pretty quiet. I don't know. I guess I would not expect something like that in Carver. Hennepin Avenue, stretch of its opening at Lake Street, which is going to be huge because Uptown has been like a closed detour disaster for the last several months. So I know the businesses that are still there and able to stay open, they're going to be happy about that just in time for the holidays. There's a fire in Maplewood this morning. Destroyed a house. Nobody was home, so that's good, but like bad fire. If you're looking for you're looking for a good stocking stuffer, Tevin.
Yep.
State Fair tickets are on sale today for $14.
Ooh.
They're normally $18. It's a good deal.
I open every morning, get here, open up various news sites. Open up KSTP front page. How do you want to get State Fair? Like, guys,
I know. Listen, I know. One of my best friends gives me so much crap. He'll be like, I better turn on Channel 5, find out what's going on with the State Fair, even though it's 260 days away or whatever. I know, but you can't argue with it. It's wildly popular. People love it. So there's obviously some interest there.
But don't have Christmas decorations up. Don't have Christmas decorations up, but we can get State Fair tickets. But
you should decorate your tree. Decorate your tree with State Fair tickets.
Ooh, there you go. So is that usually the Friday after Thanksgiving when people put up their trees? Is that when they do it?
I guess. Yeah, and it's Thanksgiving's late this year for what it's worth too. So.
Yep. It's already the 24th today, so it's the 26th. Then you put up the tree on the 27th. You don't even have a month before Christmas ends.
Tommy, can I ask you guys? AJ, you're the hockey guy here. I'm going to say something controversial based on what Judd was just talking about, and the Wild. Yeah, they sure had a lot of shots on goal.
They sure did.
Who cares if they didn't make the freaking goal? It's an irrelevant stat. It's the dumbest stat in the world. Listen, I'm a basketball player. In basketball, we don't brag about taking a bunch of shots that didn't go in. It's a dumb stat.
It is. You're right.
Hockey is at least a little bit different where it can more accurately depict kind of how aggressive you were being on offense. But it is kind of a dumb stat. Like if you just took the puck and just blindly threw it at the net 100 times, it doesn't really matter. Like we want to count the ones that go through the.
I get it theoretically, but on the other hand, I don't. It's like they still lost 4-1. Who gives a rip roar about how many shots on goal they had?
A rip roar. I've never heard you say that before.
I was going to say something else, but I
know you were. Does it have anything to do with a rat?
Yes.
What I'll say is last night they went up against the Jets, who have Connor Hellebuck in goal, who's going to be representing the United States in the Four Nations face-off here in February. Can't wait for that. But he is the reigning Vezina Trophy winner, which is the best goalie award.
Okay.
The Wild last night generated 4.63 expected goals, like based on the threat of attempts, high danger, low danger, all that stuff. Like they outplayed the Jets. The problem is they got Hellebucked. He's just that good to where he made Winnipeg win by that much. And one of them was an empty net goal. So,
gotcha.
Essentially it's a 3-1 game, but the Wild, I think, played good enough to win that game. But unfortunately their goalie was just on a different planet last night. And that's just going to happen. So, that's what I'll say. But yes, I think sometimes like there's a difference between good and bad shots. If you shoot a weak fluttering wrist shot from the blue line with nobody out front, that's not a high danger chance. But the Wild had really good chances right on top of the crease, and Connor Hellebuck had like skate saves, shoulder saves, stick saves. He was a different animal last night. It was crazy.
All right,
I'm changing my name. I've decided.
Okay.
Hellerbuck in the morning.
Tam Hellerbuck?
Cam Hellerbuck in the morning, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Hellerbuck in the crew. Get on board with the morning crew.
Get on board, baby. Yeah, I don't think you ever heard me say that in the morning. I'm pretty sure.
It's just weird to me because in basketball, during the halftime when they talk about, oh God, the Gophers were 0 for 17 from the 3-point line. It's a negative. That's a negative thing to say. But in hockey, oh no, the Wild were 0 for 17, but they were close. The goalie's just really good.
Well, let me phrase it like this: if those are shots on goal, so if there's no goalie there, that means those are in. What you're talking about for basketball is they're missing the basket. Like there's not like somebody like snatched it away last second. You're saying they took a shot that just missed the basket. The Wild, these shots that they're taking, they're being stopped by an opposing player. So like I think
people playing defense against a basketball player.
Yeah, but they're getting the shot off and they're missing the basket altogether. And I think it's weird to compare those because
that's fair. That's fair.
It's not like somebody's got their hand in the basket like flipping them out. Like that's what's happening here. Like
that would be goaltending, friend.
Exactly.
It's like if baseball, they didn't score any points, but the ball runs, whatever. But the ball traveled a total of 1,000 feet in the air before it was caught by somebody. Like, who cares how far the ball went if it didn't go out of the park for a home run?
Right.
Like,
Pretty cool, though, to be honest.
Like, cool. You shot the puck.
If you had a ball a mile into the air and it was an infield fly, that'd be hilarious. That'd be like the coolest highlight of all time.
No wonder I'm getting out of the business. Thank God.
Tom Hellebuck in the morning.
Hellebuck in the morning,
This
ladies
is what
and
you
gentlemen.
get with
Holy
Hellebuck
cow.
in the morning.
Jaw
Who knows
jacking.
when they'll go off the rails.
Yeah.
Tom Hellebuck in the morning.
Jaw jacking with Hellebuck. What do you
So
think?
no show tomorrow, Tommy?
No, I'm not doing the family show tomorrow either.
Are you not this one? So are we off tomorrow?
You're off every day, but you won't be on the show tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
By off, see, get it? Your stories.
Oh,
are
I know
off.
I'm off. Trust me. I got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I know.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Monday.
All right.
So that'll be good.
Well, have a good Thanksgiving, you guys. Good to see you.
You as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. It's a thrill to be just close to you. That's all
You know
I'm
what?
saying.
It really is. I'm not physically next to you, but I'm always mentally next to you.
That's exactly it, man.
Hellebuck.
It's a team.
Hellebuck in the morning.
Hellebuck in the morning. All right, Pally, we'll talk to you next week. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Same to you. Bye.
Channel 5's Chris Eggert, brought to you by Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. We got to take a break here, I would imagine. That'll be the situation. Then did you ever track down your buddy?
I have not heard back from either of them. I'll try and maybe give them a call here in the break and see if they picked up, but it doesn't look like we might have to just wing it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
What's that?
We might have to just schmooze a little bit, unfortunately.
But we do have some Bob Sansevier news that we could break on the show. It's all good news. All good news. He didn't die.
He didn't get in a car accident.
No.
Okay, thank God.
I thought like he washed his shirt or something. I thought that was the big news.
He finally showered after 42 years.
There you go. Nice Italian boy. That's all I have to say. Right? Okay, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen, right after this.
Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Sometimes the anxiety for wondering if you've saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? My guy, Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, can sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk. Never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608. Set up your free 48-minute no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments must involve risk. You know that. All comments and opinions of Josh Arnold's do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser.
Is that text you're sending so important that you missed your turn? Is that text you're sending so important that you ran the red light? Is that text you're sending so important you didn't see the ball coming onto the road or the child that followed? Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant. When you take your eyes off the road for even 4 seconds, your vehicle travels 100 yards. That's the entire length of a football field. If you absolutely have to text, you need to pull off the road somewhere safe and do it from there. Texting and driving is against the law and can cause serious injury or even death to you and others. Now that is important. We hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, please contact us.
Find Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Going farther with Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
A large retail store just canceled a huge order, leaving MyPillow with a ton of extra MyPillows. But you know what? That's their loss, and it's your gain. For the first time ever, you will get a standard classic MyPillow for wholesale prices, only $14.88, but it gets even better. For a limited time, they're going to offer their entire classic collection at wholesale prices. Get queen-size MyPillows for just $18.88. Upgrade to king size for only $1 more. Get the body pillows for $29.88 and multi-use MyPillows only $9.88.
So go to mypillow.com and use promo code Tom or call 800-516-5146 to take advantage of wholesale pricing for the first time ever. And receive free shipping on orders over $75. That's right. Get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88. They have never been offered this low before. There are limited quantities, of course. You understand that. So the limit is going to be 10. And once they're gone, they're gone. So go to mypillow.com, call 800-516-5146 and use promo code Tom to get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88, the lowest price ever.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
Oh, by the way, at the next break,
yeah,
that last spot I'm gonna read a live spot there for Josh Arnold, going into Josh Arnold.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, thanks. I warn people ahead of time with the right information, unlike some people I work with that wear purple
chaos.
Shirts.
I just like to create chaos, Tom, but that's the difference. You're a professional and I'm not.
Yeah, I'm a professional. Exactly. That's exactly the argument. There's no question about it. I can't get this off my mind, and it's kind of negative, so I want to get it out right now and then move on with some lighter topics. But is it true that last week or over the weekend or something, a guy ran his car into a woman's car, he hit her, and then got out of the car and shot her?
Oh, I did
not.
What
the hell is that?
I did not hear
that.
Was that like locally here or a national story?
I do not. I think it was local, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he hit her with the car, then he gets out and shoots her. Where do we get thinking like that? Where does thinking like that come from? No remorse whatsoever. Matter of fact, you're angry that you caved your car in and her car, and somehow it's her fault.
Oh, yeah. It looks like potentially one in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. There's a shock.
Yeah, it looks like 4. Well, I guess maybe we have to. There's another one in Memphis, so we have to narrow down.
Not the same story.
No, not the same story, but yeah, there were multiple shootings here within the last couple of days related to road rage.
Just wonderful. No question. I look back at the days when I was doing voiceover down in Chicago. I was in my early 20s, and we used to go Southside Chicago all the time in a predominantly black neighborhood. Never a problem. Never a problem. Now you can't even walk down Michigan Avenue in Chicago without running into some problems. That's just sad, isn't it?
Yeah, certain parts of metro areas, regardless of in any city, seems to be depending on what time of day and what time of the year. Usually when it's cold out, not a lot of crime. Everybody's inside. But then in the summertime, everybody maybe gets a couple drinks in them, feeling good.
Yeah.
Causing some problems.
I bought a pair of loafers once at a Michigan Avenue retailer, and I'm walking down the street, and a young, dazzling urbanite walks up to me, and he goes, "Man, where'd you get those shoes?" I said, "That store right down there." And he goes, "Those are great shoes. Really nice, man. How much you pay for those shoes?" And I don't know. I told him it was like $100. And he goes, $100? What are you, effing crazy? He just kept moving right on. I don't even know. It was hilarious. And he said other things that I can't say on the show, but, he was just stunned that somebody would pay that much for a pair of shoes. And that was a long time ago. So $100. How much is a pair of shoes? And somebody told me that, what's that one brand for women that everything is at least like $1,000?
Oh, that's a lot of them. There's like
whoops,
like Gucci, Chanel. I don't know. There's a lot of high end. Yeah, Louis Vuitton. Yeah, there's a lot of high end shoes where
sure.
You can go to an outlet store and you'll get the cheapest shoe is like $1,000.
It's like 2 weeks out of style or whatever, but then it's on sale for $850. Like,
really?
Whoa, yeah.
Damn, I should pay attention.
How much do you guys pay for like a pair of shoes, like a pair of sneakers that you're going to be wearing, like, let's say 4 times a week?
It's really sad about that. I must admit, I don't ever pay attention to how much they are. I just give them the credit card, so I have no idea how much I pay for them. That's kind of stupid, isn't it?
It's not, because it depends on the store too. Like, if you go to like a DSW, I feel like you don't need to necessarily check the price tag. Whereas, if you go to an outlet store, like we were just talking about, you might have to.
Yeah. I would say anywhere from like $100 to $200, depending on what the shoe is.
I like at 60 to 100. I would look at the sales department.
Yeah, and if it's a shoe that like is I just got to wear it every day when I come into the studio, or it's like a work shoe. Yeah, $50. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Works for me. All right, we got to take a break. Look at this. We're right on time. How the hell did that happen?
I don't know.
We are just the smoothest sailing ship there is.
It's just really smooth. There's no question about it. We shall be right back. Josh Arnold will join us right after this.
I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face.
Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot. Look, I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The past several years have been the craziest in the history of the car business. The pandemic, supply chain and chip issues, all causing extreme inventory shortages that led to, well, predatory pricing. Some dealers charge thousands of dollars over MSRP.
We never played that game. I'm Jim Paul of Valley Buick GMC. We knew that would leave a bad taste in a customer's mouth. More importantly, from an integrity standpoint, it was just wrong.
So what about the current market? You know, inventory and pricing.
Valley has their best inventory in years. Really all the Buick and GMC models. Even the previously hard-to-find Yukons, HD pickups, and Hummer EVs. Plenty of deep discounts. Many with factory rebates and low-interest financing.
Then it's a good time to buy?
It's a great time. We're welcoming our previous customers back, as well as anyone else that felt the treatment just didn't feel right the last time somewhere else.
Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Hastings, or valleycardealers.com. Car buying without the bad aftertaste.
A message to listeners of the Tom Barnard Show. I have an announcement for you. I need just 5 of you listening right now to do me and yourselves a favor. I need you to take advantage of a free offer, seriously free. I need you to call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 and tell him Tom sent you. Josh will meet with you for free. Yes, let me say that again. Josh will meet with you for free and give you advice on investing, handling, and making money, because I suck at that, so that's why I know Josh. He'll answer any and all of your questions about retirement, your 401k, IRA, or retirement savings, and it is free. What do you have to lose? I'm talking to you, bitch. Anyway, you hear me? Be one of my 5 listeners to... Who is this now? Oh, it's Oberg calling me. I got to call you back, Oberg. Thanks. I always forget to turn off my phone. Why do I do that? Anyway, here's the deal. He'll give you straight talk. I'm talking about Josh Arnold. He'll straight talk, not sugar-coated advice about your investments for free. So call Josh now at 952-925-5608. But you got to tell him Tom sent you. Then call me afterward and thank me. Yes, I said thank me for the free service. Here's the deal. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold, investment consultant, LLC security investment advisor. Past performance, no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions of Josh Arnold do not constitute investment advice, and I am a paid endorser.
You're listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and talented Josh Arnold himself. What do you think of that? What's happening, Buster?
I like it. I like it. What's happening? Looks like new home sales are up a little bit.
They are?
Yeah, new home sales are up just a little bit for the month of October. Mortgage rates are trending down a little bit. That's a big plus. Maybe that's the key.
Oh, is that because the devil got elected president? Is that why?
Who got elected president?
The devil. That's what I keep hearing.
The devil?
Yeah.
Oh, the devil got elected president. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Listen, I've seen an awful lot of TV, and several stations, commentators still cannot believe that the red team won.
Why?
It was horrible, horrible, horrible. The red team won. And then on other, on other news channels, you can see interviews with blue team people saying, well, bad candidate. We had a bad candidate.
Oh, so they're blaming it all
We
on
had a
Kamala?
bad candidate. The candidate, in retrospect, we should have vetted the candidate more. Maybe we should have had a primary. Well, do you think?
I have a question.
Yes.
And I'm very serious about this. Why would I care who won an election if 75 million people voted for Kamala Harris? I would have said, you know what? Apparently she's very popular, so good for her. Do I really care that much who the president is? I mean, look at the price of everything right now. Should I hate Joe Biden over that? I don't get wound up about politicians or politicians. They're going to steal money as much as they possibly can because that's what politicians do. Not necessarily the couple that I know, but, I just don't understand. Why do people get so upset over elections? Would you calm down?
Well, probably the same reason that they get upset about the Vikings quarterback.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
I mean, there is nothing you can do about who the president is other than you vote for, you vote for your team. Your team wins, you feel a little happy. Your team loses, you don't feel so good. If I look at sports, if the Vikings win, my goodness, the quarterback is tremendous. If the Vikings lose, get rid of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Got to get a new one. Now, occasionally, they'll say, it's not the quarterback's fault. We got to get rid of the coach or a coach of the, we'll say 30 that might be on the team. We'll pick somebody, and that'll make our team better.
Yep.
Listen, the stuff that you can do something about.
Yes, right, exactly.
Okay, well, that's why you have me here. The stuff you can do something about.
Because you're cool. Is that why?
Yeah, I'm cool.
You're cool breeze.
It's cool breeze.
Who sent me that picture of you? And I said something on the show, and there's a picture of you looking at me, and then they printed out what I said, but I don't know what I did with it. I should have held on to it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You should have. Yeah, you can show it to me. I always like pictures, but
I don't
here's the
know.
stuff you can do something about.
Yes.
Okay, you can put money if you're working for a company that has a 401k, which allows you to sock away some money on a pre-tax basis for the long term for your retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Put the maximum you can in that 401k. And of all the different investment options there are, take the most aggressive, which typically is going to be the S&P 500 index fund. So pick that. Do not pick any type of blended fund or, I'm planning on retiring in 2030. So I'm going to pick the 2030 target date fund. Well, guess what? You're going to live longer than through 2030. And all these target date funds increase the amount of money that's put in bond funds, decrease the amount of money that's going into stock funds. The way that you can make money in a bond fund is interest rates coming down and bond values going up. If interest rates stay flat or go up, the value of the bond fund goes down. Now, yes, investing in stocks has more risk than investing in bonds because stocks have no end date, bonds have an end date. But over the course of any long period of time, stocks have done exceedingly well averaging about 10% per annum. Now, that's not every year you're going to get 10%, because there are some years the S&P index goes down. Like in 2022, the S&P index was down 20%. And last year, the index was up 24, and this year, the index will be up 20. Next year, if the index is up 10, that would be a great year. If it's up more than that, that's super great. But it's going to fluctuate over the course of the year, and in any year, the S&P 500 will drop 3 or 4 times between 5 to 10%. And every time there's a drop, I'm not going to say the naysayers, but we'll say the naysayers will come out. See, you shouldn't have put money in stocks. You're going to lose all your money.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. When you're investing, we'll say in your 401k, which gives you the opportunity to invest in a mutual fund. When things go down, guess what? You buy more shares. And over a period of time, the more shares that you have and the value increase, the better that you're going to do. That's something you can do for yourself, is accumulate money in a 401k, or if you don't have access to a 401k, put money into an IRA. Same rules apply. Put money into at least into an S&P index fund. With a self-directed IRA, you can be a little bit more aggressive and pick some individual stocks. But do that. If you're self-employed, make sure you fund a SEP, self-employed profit sharing plan. And you can put in that up to 25% of your net income on a pre-tax basis. That's a great, I'll say, these 3 things, the SEP, an IRA, the 401k, are tremendous tax deductions. It's something you can do for yourself to accumulate money for your retirement. And when you retire, I've recommended you keep the same strategy. And if you need income, you can use a systematic withdrawal where you sell off a portion of your growth, either on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, however you need your income. And that strategy, I have found through decades of experience, has worked very well, so long as you don't withdraw more than, we'll say, the average growth of the account.
Well, that does make sense. That makes absolute
That's
sense.
stuff you can do for that's what you can do for yourself, as opposed to worrying about whether the devil is in the White House or whether the Vikings have the Vikings quarterback had a good day or a bad day.
Right.
If you want to bet on any of those things, well, there are plenty of places that you can place some bets, whether it's FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM bets, ESPN bets, or but you can't do any of those things, I do believe, in the state of Minnesota.
Yes, probably true.
You got to go someplace else for that. Or here, you can go. I think in the state of Minnesota, you can go down to the track, and I think you can do some simulcast betting on horse races that are taking place in other parts of the country.
Well, you can gamble at.
You can play. Yeah, you can play poker there.
Right.
Now.
Right. Oh.
Appointment only.
Makes sense. All right, Pally. Well, so you're going to be around next week?
Next week, I will be here.
I'm looking forward to it, and then I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next few weeks, I would imagine.
Yep, you will see me in the next few weeks.
All right, sounds good, Pally.
Well, you have a very good Thanksgiving. Enjoy the beach.
Yes, I will do that. There's no question about it. So what I want to do is eat turkey and then go swimming. It's perfect.
No, I just said enjoy the beach. I didn't say you should go out and swim. I mean, there's sharks in the ocean. There are sharks.
There are. You're right.
There, I'll give you a real quick story.
Okay.
A time ago, right before we got married, there was a movie out where the music went da 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 da, and you saw it started out with a nice young woman swimming in the ocean, and she got gobbled up by Jaws.
Yep.
Okay, well, shortly after that movie came out, we got married, and we went to St. Petersburg Beach for our honeymoon. Stayed at the Don Cesar. They have a gorgeous beach, out there, out on the Gulf, and the water's calm, and the sand is pristine. And I said to Jan, my wife, I said, "Well, let's go in and swim. There's no waves. This is beautiful." She goes, "There's sharks."
Oh yeah, I like a good call.
Yeah, I don't think she ever again went much more than ankle deep into the ocean.
I understand that. It's a good story. All right, Pally, we'll talk to you next week, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, Josh.
Bye, Tom.
Happy Thanksgiving. Josh Arnold, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. Kristyn Burtt, KB2, up next. A large retail store just canceled a huge order, leaving MyPillow with a ton of extra MyPillows. But you know what? That's their loss, and it's your gain. For the first time ever, you will get a standard classic MyPillow for wholesale prices, only $14.88, but it gets even better. For a limited time, they're going to offer their entire classic collection at wholesale prices. Get queen-size MyPillows for just $18.88. Upgrade to king-size for only $1 more. Get the body pillows for $29.88 and multi-use MyPillows only $9.88. So go to MyPillow.com and use promo code TOM or call 800-516-5146 to take advantage of wholesale pricing for the first time ever and receive free shipping on orders over $75. That's right. Get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88. They have never been offered this low before. There are limited quantities, of course. You understand that. So the limit is going to be 10. And once they're gone, they're gone. So go to MyPillow.com, call 800-516-5146 and use promo code TOM to get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88, the lowest price ever.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
If you've never been in an auto accident, it's hard to know what to expect from the insurance adjuster. Here are some tips. 1, if they talk to you about whether or not you should hire a lawyer, it's a good sign that you probably should. 2, it's illegal for them to give you any legal advice. They aren't lawyers, and they aren't licensed to practice law. 3, if they tell you that everyone involved in the accident is at fault, they're wrong. This comes from the belief that you're at fault for just being on the road. That's nonsense and not supported by any law. Finally, remember that friendly adjusters are often just gaining information. They want you to do most of the talking so they can file their report. I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
I hosted my show on the radio for 40 years. Now I host the Tom Barnard Podcast, and I'll tell you, I've never seen the passion and engagement from our audience as I do now. I know we also have businesses that listen to our podcast, and it got me thinking, wouldn't it be great to help those businesses grow by telling my listeners about them? So here's the deal. If you own or handle marketing for a business, would like to have my audience buy your product or service, visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner, and we'll put together an ad campaign to help your business. That's TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner, and thank you for listening.
This is the Tom Barnard Podcast. Listen live weekday mornings, 8 to 9:30, or anytime you like as a podcast on the Tom Barnard app, at TomBarnardShow.com, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Oh, she got a big smile on her face. What are you so happy about, sister?
It's a holiday week. Who doesn't love that?
Have a holly jolly Christmas. No, it's not Christmas yet. Thanksgiving.
Not Christmas yet, but it feels like your final semester of your senior year of high school. That's what holiday weeks always feel like.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Well, when you have to do some work, but you're like, you're just sliding through, doing the bare minimum.
Rolls the TV in because we're going to watch a movie instead of doing any work. Yeah.
Yep.
I graduated in 10th grade, so I don't even know what you're talking about.
You did this every year going up to 10th grade.
No, I didn't. I didn't pay any attention at all.
Not even on a holiday week?
I was waiting for the idiots to catch up. Just kidding. All right, what's happening?
Well, I promised you guys that I would get you some of the Black Friday deals that are happening for streaming. If you
Why does
want
it have to be Black Friday?
I don't know.
Because all the best things are black.
I'm literally like, Tom, I have no time for this. I want to give you good deals.
Tell me how to save on Paramount Plus.
I have no time for this.
I have no time for this. All right, listen to my glasses so I get all the numbers correct, because otherwise
Here
I'll
we
be able
go.
to see them.
Good
Paramount
job.
Plus. Tevin, this is for you.
Yes.
Anyone who's ready to watch Landmark or Yellowstone or
Linus.
anything else.
Landman.
Black Friday streaming deals, $2.99 per month. It's normally $5.99 per month.
I saw that, yeah.
On Friday, you'll get that $3 discount per month, which is great. Peacock, this is a really good one. It's normally $5.99 per month. Why are my glasses crooked?
Fine.
So many deals, it's lopsided.
I know. $1.99 per month. Less than $2 per month for Peacock.
For 2 months.
No, for the whole year.
Oh, I was told it was only for 2 months.
No, this is for the whole year.
Oh, I guess we better do a little research. It is. It's $2. $1.99, right?
$1.99. Yep.
Yeah.
Prime Video, some of their channels will be 99 cents per month.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Hulu, you're only getting a 1 month free trial, which is kind of a stinker because they used to do 99 cents per month. They're not doing it this year.
Wow.
I know they're trying to make some money here. But the bundle is a good deal. If you guys want to do the bundle, which I believe is Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus, that's a good deal.
It also includes like ESPN Insider for all the sports people out there, since ESPN is with Disney.
Yep.
Yep. And that is worth the money, I think, doing the bundle. Stars is $2.75 per month, which originally $7.99 per month. Max, $2.99 per month versus $9.99 per month.
Ooh.
And Sling, it's going to be 50% off their base plans.
And how much is that usually?
Let me take a look and see what it is usually for base plans, because I don't usually use Sling.
Yeah, because Sling is essentially just another TV provider. It's not like they have Sling generated content or anything.
Right.
Okay, so it's normally $40 per month for their base plan, and it'll be $20 per month. That's the orange plan. If you go for the blue plan, it's normally $45. It's going to be $22.50. And they're already running their Black Friday sale on Sling television. So,
And what is there to watch on Sling? Do you know? Does anybody know?
that is your live television. It's like your cable, essentially.
Oh,
but
it is.
streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that one of those
John's
deals where you want?
thinking, can I buy one more service?
Yeah, there's no exclusive Sling content that like they
Right.
make. They just So I would say it's definitely not worth it for you, Tom.
Is it one of those deals where you watch the news channel and you can watch it for 10 minutes and then it shuts off if you don't pay for it?
That would be like Roku. Roku will do that.
Oh, that's what Roku does. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of those deals. I actually, that works for me because I can't stand to watch either Fox or CNN for more than 5 minutes anyway.
Did you see the numbers for MSNBC?
Horrendous.
Oh, embarrassing. They have fallen below 1 million. And that it's particularly Morning Joe, which, they went and they met with Donald Trump, but, their viewers are rebelling. They were getting a little over 1 million people each morning. It has now dropped below 650,000.
Yeah, it's a terrible show. Terrible.
That is hemorrhaging viewers.
I just, when are they going to stop going over the top with, you should hate this person? It's like, settle down.
Well, the problem was with all the networks. The problems with Fox and MSNBC and CNN. They all have a bias to them. So unless they find a way to come to the center and just deliver the news as is, which is not their business model, because remember, they've hired pundits and everything else to argue this point all the time. They're just going to continue to hemorrhage people until somebody comes in with the vision of like how you can last the next 4 years, because there is half of this country that doesn't want to listen to any Trump news whatsoever. Where in his prior administration, you had both the left and the right, like latched onto the tabloid journalism of what was the Trump era.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a commercial that says, listen to me, don't ever listen to either Crisco or Meat Sauce. Those are really two real people. They happen to be really good friends of mine, so that's why I could just throw them under the bus like that. Crisco works at KS95 and Meat Sauce works at KFan. Great people, though. But God, I hope they didn't hear that. Me calling them great people. Ugh.
Will it ruin your reputation?
Yes, it'll ruin my reputation. No question. That's such a radio thing, though, isn't it? I'll go back to being called Catman. Catman. Did you ever hear any of those Catman tapes, Kristyn? You'd love those.
Someone sent me a Catman tape maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Your listeners send me things all the time, and I listen.
Do they
If they're
really?
like, you haven't seen this clip, go and like listen to this or go and watch this.
Catman.
Yeah,
That was
I get
quite the
all
act.
sorts of things about you sent in my DMs.
What did I do now? Was it all very positive?
Oh, yes, it is very positive.
Good.
It is.
I'm glad to hear that. That's nice to hear.
No,
It
they
is
they love you. They adore you, but they're always like, I think you'd like to hear this clip of what he did in the 90s or whatever.
That might have been more like the 70s, but you know.
The last clip I listened to was the 90s for sure.
Oh, was
I
it?
know that's what yeah.
Oh, so that was still a KQ.
It was at KQ for sure. Yeah. They're like,
That's
listen
before-
to this. And it was some bit you guys were doing. And I was like, oh, Tom did radio bits. But that was, that was his style.
Oh, God, you had to. Yeah, you had to do radio
had
bits in
to.
those days. Yep, that's true.
And I was like, oh my God, listen to Tom doing some bits.
Tommy doing bits. That's all we need is him with doing bits.
I would love to know though, like, did you guys have to every single day do like post-mortem show meeting of like, what bit are we doing tomorrow? Because there's a lot of pressure in that type of radio genre.
Can you picture me at an after show meeting?
Tom's
Not a
after show
chance.
meeting was I'm walking out the door and going,
Goodbye. There's my after show
See
meeting.
you later. I don't get to witness that because I just like click off you guys and I'm like, I go on to my next job.
I did actually have a general manager when I was at WDGY, 11:30 a.m. back in the day. He came and said, Tom, I think I misunderstood something you said. And I said, why? What was it? He goes, well, I actually wrote it down, and what does it mean when you say get up with the get down? I said, that's a neighborhood thing. You'll never understand that. You live in Edina, you don't ever hear that in Edina. It's not going to happen. It's been a wonderful ride, though, over the past, 55, 56 years now, whatever it is, something like that. Had a lot of fun, no doubt about it.
And you're writing your memoir in 2025, right?
Apparently, Catherine wants me to talk to Bob Sansevier and get a book out there. Why? What if how embarrassing is it if nobody buys it?
oh, you could put up pre-sale right now. You'd sell out. Servers would crash immediately because
Here we go.
You could say that all you have is the title, and there's going to be pre-orders.
Oh, I'm putting my pre-order in immediately.
Same.
I'm getting it signed.
Well, Kristyn won't let me call it what I want to call it, though.
No, but I think that the translation of it is good.
The translation, yes.
I also love that you've been doing your career your way for all of these years, but you draw the line at Kristyn Burtt letting like dictating what you can call your memoir. That's so funny to me.
Yeah, that's
I just don't think it'll sell. I think people will get confused and then they'll think it's maybe in a foreign language or
maybe.
it just sounds too academic. It's just
Yeah, and Poisoned Air is good. That's really good.
Poisoned Air
is
is
good, yeah.
fantastic. Poisoned Air is like such a great title.
Okay.
Poisoned Air, a memoir.
Can I use the
You know,
word
like your
miasma in
photo
the
of,
book?
like,
Yeah.
you need a photo like that.
I'm coming for you, that kind of deal. One thing I should tell you, AJ, is you probably noticed after a couple of years of working with me or a year or whatever it's been, is that I only respond to what women tell me what to do. If a guy tells me what to do, I never do it.
If
Because
Catherine and I would have, Yeah, not a chance.
Oh, if we were like, yeah, Tom, you should write a book. He'd be like, yeah, why don't you go F yourself?
But it's funny how both Kristyn, now Catherine, are getting in. It's like, you know what? I'm coming around to the idea. Maybe I will.
I think you're in. I'm going to be serious, not just joking. Like, you should do what I say. I think you're insane if you don't write the memoir. And I mean that, like, it's because radio has changed so much. And in 10 years, God even knows. I mean, they're trying to take away AM stations and car radios even. So you think about that. You think about that transition away from radio and, people streaming and podcasts and everything else. And I also think that your audiobook is going to be amazing. And that's actually what I want to buy is the audiobook because I want to listen to you narrate it.
Mm-hmm. So instead of radio, if I was a television personality, what would the book be called?
It's Pure Static or something like that.
You ready? What are you looking at? That's a good name. A TV personality book called What Are You Looking At?
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I like that.
Did you ever get the opportunity to, did they ever try and pull you into television? Like maybe doing a daytime talk show or?
I don't know, maybe. I don't remember that stuff. It's been 57 years. I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore. I just slog ahead. That's what I do.
You slog through Thanksgiving week. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Slogging. That's exactly right.
We slog through this week because it's a holiday week, and we know that like on Friday, we're all going to be horizontal on the couch after eating so much on Thursday.
That's true. Next Monday, it'll be a disaster.
It probably will be because our brains have just been turned off for a couple days.
I do love Thanksgiving, though. For some people, it's a religious holiday. For me, I don't mind religious holidays. I just don't like a lot of other people during religious holidays because they get all worked up.
Thanksgiving's religious?
No, I said it's not religious.
Oh,
That's
it's
what I'm
not.
saying.
I thought you said it was. I'm like, how is it religious? I'm like, did I miss that chapter in my Catholic upbringing?
God came back as a turkey and we slaughtered him. That's what the whole deal is. No question about it. No, we'll just keep forging ahead. Whatever works. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, forge ahead toward your memoir.
All right. What else you got, sisters? Everything else good?
Tevin has something.
Kristyn,
oh, here we go.
Oh, you might not have anything on this, but we've heard of Watergate, Pizzagate. Now there's a Leno-gate where people are saying that he did not fall down the hill.
Really?
That's not everything that we need to hear because the hill is not very big and he's got a lot of big injuries.
Yeah. So if anyone has seen Jay Leno in the past week or so, he's got a massive bruise. I mean, it covers 50% of his face. I mean, if you take a look at it, it's that deep purple, where you hit something significant, not like deep purple.
He's got like an eye patch on too.
And a broken wrist, I believe.
Yeah, and a broken wrist. And here's the crazy thing. So anyone who knows Jay Leno should know that his work ethic is like off the charts. He is a workhorse. Yep. So first of all, he said that he was walking outside of his hotel. Was it Ohio, I think?
It was in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Okay, perfect. So it was Pittsburgh and he fell and he's saying he fell 60 feet. Fans are saying that's not that big for him to fall 60 feet. He actually went, instead of going to the hospital, he went and did his stand-up routine that night and then didn't go to the doctor until he flew home to California, which is insane. Now, I want to say this is like his third accident in a matter of 2-3 years. I mean, he got burned over a percentage of his body. His friend saved him. And then he had like another fall. And he's also taking care of his wife who has Alzheimer's and dementia.
Oh, God.
So I just wonder if he maybe needs additional help at home and he's got a lot going on. And that maybe he did fall in his hotel room or something.
Yeah.
Now, it just seems so strange that because it's such a dramatic bruise. It is not like just a little bruise like, oh, I slipped and fell and I've got like a bruise the size of $50 or something like that. This is covering half of his face.
Really?
And just to remind everybody here, and if you are listening, feel free to go on YouTube to subscribe to the show. First off, Tom Barnard Podcast on YouTube. But here is what that fall looks like.
Oh, God.
So it's a pretty large bruise.
And that's the healing part of the bruise. I know I've seen it worse when we had the eye patch on. And you can see right there in the photograph, you can see that he has that soft cast on his right arm.
Yeah, it's kind of sad about that. The picture on the right, I thought it was me when you put it up.
This is not Tom Barnard, a deep fake.
It's a deep fake.
But I guess my question is, because I don't know if everybody knows this, but when Jay Leno was doing the Tonight Show, he would work the Tonight Show all, 5 days a week. And then on weekends, he'd still go and do stand-up comedy.
Yep.
And he only spent his money from the stand-up comedy. He banked all of his Tonight Show money. He's never spent it. He and his wife didn't have any kids. And, he spent a lot of it on his cars. He has a whole huge warehouse full of cars. But this is, I know he loves to work. But this could also be an opportunity for him to pull back a little bit and rest and still work. But maybe he shouldn't be keeping the schedule that he does. I mean, he's on the road quite a bit, and he brings his wife with him everywhere. So
that's very sad to see that picture. Oh, I don't, and it's because it goes under here all the way up to the top of his head. What the hell would have caused a bruise like that?
Well, my question too is that if you're falling, he somehow fell on his face. My concern would be concussion, head injury, that type of thing. And I would think if you fell hiking, because I fell hiking in China once and I fell about 12 feet.
Ooh.
And I fell into bushes. That's the only reason I didn't get a head injury. And I just injured my legs just with scrapes and bruises and things. But he clearly didn't brace his fall. So my concern would be what's happening moving forward. I'm sure he's under care of doctors, but I'd be really worried about that fall.
Is he a drinker?
I've never known him to be a drinker.
I haven't either. No,
Yeah.
I agree.
And this is the hill because people in Pittsburgh found the hotel he stayed at. This is the hill that he fell down. Let's see if I can allegedly. Or can you see my screen?
That's it?
Yeah. So that's
No
the hill
way.
that he's claiming because he was going to Dino's to get chicken wings. And so that's the hill allegedly that he fell.
And that wouldn't be 60 feet.
No.
No.
Now there's it looks like, is there a big hill behind that or is that another building?
That looks like a building.
Another building.
Building.
With
Okay,
a,
so
with
he
a
didn't
big
fall down
hill,
that.
though. That one does have a much steeper hill on it.
But still doesn't look like 60 feet, right?
No. There's like a light pole that's next to it that's clearly bigger than the hill. And yeah, so people are saying that it's not, the math ain't mathing.
The math ain't mathin'. There
The
you
math
go.
ain't mathin'. And I know that TMZ's been on top of the story. They've had several of their on the field reporters or in the field reporters checking up on him. And I don't know. I just hope he's okay.
Yeah, I understand. I've always liked him. He worked very, very hard. He used to come on the show all the time, come on the podcast. Really hard-working guy.
He's from my hometown.
Oh,
What, Los Angeles?
He's from Andover, Mass.
Really?
Yeah. So his parents, especially when he became famous, he was starting to become famous as Johnny Carson's guest host all the time. His parents still kept their name on the mailbox. Like you'd drive past their house and there was little Leto. And
Really?
very cute. Yeah. He did a lot for the town too. He went to the public school at Andover High and he would often do stand-up comedy nights that would benefit the school system or things like that, or charity nights. Like he always came back and really stayed connected to the community, which I think was great.
That is wonderful. Well, no show tomorrow, so we will talk to you.
Oh, we're not?
Nope, no show tomorrow.
Is that new?
That's new.
Yep, it is new.
So we are sliding into the
Yes,
holiday.
I hit my face, and therefore...
No, you just decided you're like, I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Exactly. But Monday, we'll be back Monday.
I love how I learn about my schedule like on air all the time.
Well, that's because it happens on the air. That's why you learn about it on the air.
You guys
because it
talk and
happens
you're
on
like, I don't want to work Wednesday morning.
That's exactly
It's gonna
right.
happen.
Very good. All right, young lady, have a magnificent Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving, you guys.
Thank you, my dear. Kristyn Burtt, ladies and gentlemen, not just one of the best in the business. That's all I have to say. All right, any closing words? You got a 5-day weekend. Are you going to do anything special?
I'm going to spend a day cooking, eating food, sleeping, watching football, all that. Everybody go have fun on Thanksgiving. Try to refrain from cussing out your uncle for whatever political view you don't believe in, and be nice to somebody.
And more importantly, at the Thanksgiving dinner table, make sure everybody pulls out their phones, goes on YouTube, and subscribes to the Tom Barnard Show on YouTube, because frankly, that's what's going to bring your family together the closest this holiday year.
And Nana, she doesn't know how to work a phone. Doesn't matter. You can open it up for her, and you can subscribe.
I like it. I like it. All right, fellas, talk to you in 5 days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good holiday.
Family show up in 10 minutes.